Okay, it is a super early port of call over here in Ketchikan. So it's about 6:30 in the morning and we're just getting off the ship and we have to take a shuttle over to Ward's Cove in order to get to the Lumberjack Show. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Gina, this is Doe, Isabella, and Vincent, and we are Ohana Eats. Our Ohana loves to eat and travel all over the world, and we love sharing every adventure with you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for a trip of a lifetime in Alaska. So when you get off the ship, it is a bit of a hike. You do have to walk down this pier and go through that brick building before you actually get to the shuttles. Now they do have a full shopping center inside this building. So if you're not up for going into town that day, you can definitely get plenty of souvenirs inside of here. Overall, the price was only a couple dollars more than downtown. After you get onto the shuttle, it's about a 15-minute ride to get into town before you arrive at the pier. This is where you're going to see some other tours offered just in case you weren't able to book one while you were on board. So if you're on the Bliss, they drop you off at berth 4 and the Lumberjack Show is going to be all the way down at berth 1. So it's about a 25-minute walk. It's on this boardwalk, so it's pretty easy, especially if there's any mobility issues or any kind of strollers or anything like that. But it's definitely kind of chilly here. It's got a little bit of a glare, but not quite sun. There's lots of restaurants and there's lots of souvenir shops here as well. And they actually look like they're a little bit more reasonably priced than some of the other ports in Alaska. So here's a little sneak peek of what the Lumberjack Show actually is in Ketchikan. So there are several seatings during the day, and it is a show where everybody sits in the bleachers. It is outdoors, but you're covered, and it's a USA versus a Canadian team, and the Lumberjacks compete in all different kinds of stunts. Believe it or not, some of these Lumberjacks have actually competed on ESPN as well. Now, you're not allowed to videotape the actual show, so that's why you're only seeing some pictures here. It is fun for the whole family. Definitely a good way to spend an hour of your day in Ketchikan. The downtown area is definitely filled with lots of shopping. You're gonna have all of your t-shirts and a lot of jewelry stores, really reminiscent of the Caribbean. So we just got back from Ketchikan, and a couple things that I think are super important to know. The all aboard time isn't until 12:30, but the free shuttles only run until 11 o'clock. So if you don't get on one of those shuttles, you're gonna have to find your own way back to the ship. And because it's all the way in berth 4, it's quite a hike. It's not walkable. You definitely need to get a cab or some other form of transportation. Another thing to note, if you book the 7:45 a.m. Lumberjack Show, you have to get off the ship at 6:45 a.m. to get onto the transport to get downtown, and then you still have to walk 3 berths and a couple blocks before you actually get to the show. There were a few people that missed it or came late because it's a bit of a walk. I would say it takes anywhere between like 15 to 20 minutes if you're kind of hustling. If you're strolling along and taking your time, about 25 minutes. Another thing to note about Ketchikan is that if you were unable to book any tours on board, as soon as you get off of the shuttle drop-off, there are plenty of people there that are willing to take you out. They had a bunch of bear and raptor tours as well. So you do have other options in case you're like, oh my gosh, I missed all the tours, there's nothing I can do. You're gonna be fine. There's plenty of tours downtown. Ketchikan has a bunch of different tours as well, everything from whale watching to salmon canneries, really adventurous tours to more laid back tours. But we decided to go check out the Lumberjack Show and then just walk around town. We had been to Ketchikan before, and the Lumberjack Show, even though I know it's a touristy attraction, it is kind of cool. We actually really love watching them doing the log rolling and chopping their way up. It is kind of a fun family experience that everybody really got a kick out of. The city of Ketchikan is really walkable. It has this awesome wood bridge, lots of totem poles. There's a good amount to see, and then of course there is a ton of shopping as well. If you have any questions or comments or want to share your favorite activities in Alaska, I would love to hear from you. So please write it in the comment section. As always, stay safe and aloha.